Hey guys, this is William with another video for Play-agricola.com's YouTube channel and twitch.tv/play_agricola. Playing with a couple regular chatters, maruskaK and sidnv, as well as Val, and we're playing a G4-5 game. Looking at this first pile, I see Noble. Noble's pretty good. Probably worth taking just to speculate on a stone house. Unblockable plow sow, unblockable family growth without room is pretty excellent. It also works quite well with cards like Old Hiker, which gets you stone. Cards like Wealthy Man, because Wealthy Man you can just focus on your renovating, not play really any improvements. Yeah, I think we can first pick Noble here. Okay. Well, Master Tanner kind of works with this Dairy Crier here. We also have Smuggler, which can help get stone for going to a stone house. I think the pick is probably just Tutor, though. Tutor's a fine card. Doesn't work with Wealthy Man, but that's okay. Doesn't have to. Yeah, looks good. With Noble, I'm more inclined to do a 3-room stone house, because you get plow sow, family growth in the last 3 rounds, if you need to. Or family growth, plow sow, family growth, and then start player once for the other action, whatever you need. You're aiming for 2 family growths and 2 plow sows is the main point that I'm trying to make. And Noble lets you do that, so seems good. Oh, excuse me. Well, here's Burger Flipper, which works for the Master Tanner. The rest of these cards are not great. I think Stone Custodian is okay. Burger Flipper's fine. I mean, building a cooking hearth is pretty good, and it gives you a pretty solid feeding option. Yeah, with a Stonehouse card, I think I'm unlikely to do an Animal Tamer's Apprentice game. I think Stone Custodian is okay. That's the next thing I'd consider here. Just some passive food income, but Burger Flipper as some pretty active food income can be nice. It's also kind of a block pick. Denies, if Val took the Master Tanner, or if even better, the Master Tanner comes back. Although I think that's probably unlikely. Well, Shepherd Boy is sort of a Stonehouse payoff, although not really, because you need to actually be able to use the sheep. So that means you need a way to eat them, which with Burger Flipper I should be making. But the bigger problem I have is that you need to be able to accommodate the sheep, but the rest of this pack is pretty weak. Mendicant can be pretty good, but the rest of it's pretty bad, so we'll just take Shepherd Boy here. Okay, what do we do here? Maybe Head of the Revolution? Gardener's Wife is also pretty good. Yeah, I like Head of the Revolution. Fine, but think considering that I have Noble and Tutor, I kind of like Gardener's Wife here. Especially Noble, I want to set up some really good plow sow actions, and Gardener's Wife helps me do that. I'm also pretty sure I want to build a cooking hearth, so with Burger Flipper, Gardener's Wife, my feeding should be fairly set. I've got 3 cards getting me food, basically, for Flipper, Shepherd Boy, Gardener's Wife. And then Tutor, hopefully getting me my point ceiling, and Noble, making sure I get all the actions that I need. Okay. Woodworker, foreman, harvest helper, woodcutter. This is kind of an interesting choice because they all have different niches. Woodcutter coming after Tutor slows it down a bit, which is kind of annoying. Foreman with Burger Flipper seems kind of interesting. You know, it'll help me balance out those spaces a bit more. If I have enough food, then something like Woodworker could be really good. But I would need a lot of food to make Woodworker work. Don't think I want to do Harvest Helper. I think we could take Woodcutter here. I like Foreman. I think it's pretty good, but I think I've got 3 cards that are already helping with my feeding. So something like Woodcutter seems fine. And I think these 2 cards are both really bad. So Stone Custodian, that's another food card. So feeling better about Woodcutter. Oh. Forest Pasture is pretty good. The ability to hold boar that I could just breed up, that'll be good for my point ceiling. Barn is pretty good, although I don't have a way to plow easily in this game. I would just have to manually plow, which I may or may not have time to do. Pelts is great, although I don't think I'm going for a particularly big farm. I think we take Forest Pasture here. And then we're kind of hoping, I think, Beanfield comes back, because Farm Stable, Pelts, Barn should all get taken. So then Beanfield with Gardener's Wife seems pretty good. Yeah, I think Forest Pasture is the pick. So we're just eyeing to get a breeding pair of boar. And then let them go up to, 5 ideally for some nice points. Well, if I didn't have Noble, I'd think about maybe Flat Hill here, but doesn't seem like that's going to work. Forest Pasture with Haystack is kind of something. Not really, though. We've got Bee Statue and Shears, 2 reason to go on day labor, but they're pretty weak in their own right. Have not seen a plow yet for Yoke. I think we'll just take Sunday School here. Yeah, I don't love it, but it plays occupations pretty well, so... And I have a game that I want to play all my occupations with Tutor. Ooh. So, this boarding school is extremely interesting to me because what I can do is if I can grow up to a stone house quickly enough, Noble can provide the unblockable family growth to get onto the to like grow the second time before the boarding school comes back. So like the way I'm thinking is, round 9 or round 8, I family growth boarding school. The person comes in round 11. So I have 2 rounds. I need to get to stone by round 11 and have Noble out. Like I could family growth Sunday school, then round 9 reno to stone, and then round 10 family growth again before my person comes back. That seems like it would work pretty well. Alternatively, Matic, if I'm going to go on Reedstone Food a bunch of times. If I think I have a bunch of food, something like Piggy Bank is an option. Although I think I'd rather spend my food on improvements. Yeah, let's try this boarding school play here. See if we can make it work. How many plows do I have access to? So if I'm going to do a 3-room house, then probably manger is a pretty good pickup here. Just do 3 fields and then a massive manger. That seems good. Yep, don't really like any of the rest of these, so. And I was correct in guessing that bean field would come back. Feel pretty well justified for that. And also Beanfield helps. I can use Beanfield as a field to sow in for crops, so having only 3 fields is less of a downside because I can have 2 regular fields for grain, 1 regular field for vegetable, and then 1 for on the bean field, and that works pretty well. All right. Also, boarding school helps me play my occupations, same as Sunday school, so I think we can do some cool stuff here. So say I family growth Noble, I would have only 1 action, or because I would have to have boarding school out already, right? Yes. Because it says the next time. Yeah, so I would have to start player boarding school like round 7, then family growth, play Sunday school round 8. I probably already want to be in a clay house at this point, so that all that remains to do in round 9 is renovate to a stone house, because then Sunday school would play Noble, and then Sunday school plays Noble and Shepherd Boy, so then I'm going to start getting my stone house payoffs in round 10, so then I could go on family growth again and then get the person in round 11, and that person would play maybe stone custodian and burger flipper, which is pretty late for those 2 cards to come out, but I mean, they're all worth a point, so they're basically all worth playing. Yeah. So Yoke came all the way back, so pretty sure it's going to be not worth anything this game. Apprenticeship is, if I really don't care about playing occupations early, which kind of seems like it's going to be the case, Apprenticeship it gets better. If I'm going to focus on 3 wood, reedstone, food, clay. I do like playing my woodcutter at a reasonable time. I do like playing tutor and gardener's wife at a reasonable time. Kind of thinking those are the 3 that really want to get out before I family growth. Although gardener's wife could be played with Sunday school. Bee statue is really bad. It's really difficult for me to take bee statue here. When I could just take a card like Apprenticeship. You know, Apprenticeship for start player Gardener's Wife before I Family Growth. That seems playable. Seems better than the other two. And maruskaK came back, which I'm actually pretty happy about, because maruskaK is an excellent way out of starting 4th in round 1. 3 wood into start player maruskaK, and then Reedstone Food, triggering it. Probiotic Food is not bad as well, because it does help me get to my stone house. But I think maruskaK giving the passive clay should be pretty good. So it looks like Val's start player, so that means we're starting 4th. So actually the maruskaK I'm pretty happy about now. Alright, let's see if we can make this work. So first 2 rounds are all about setting up feeding so that we can focus on the family growth and renovation in the mid part of the game. Yeah. So getting the fireplace up or the cooking hearth up. And, yeah. Why are they all complaining so much? Jeez, the draft's not great, but, like, deal with it, you know? Sunglasses deal with it. Oh, we start second. Well, that's a fantastic spot. So we got Apple Picker for Sid. We'll Reedstone Food very happily. I think Apple Picker is underrated. He's saying he's going to clown around, but I think Apple Picker is a fine card. Ooh, maruskaK going for the 2 clay instead of Occupation. Probably took Wealthy Man, since we didn't see Wealthy Man on the rebound. That tells me maruskaK has Wealthy Man, and then Sid plays another grain combo card. Rice Farmer. So getting a wood, food, and a grain on that space. 2 wood for us. Oh, Val first picked Private Forest. And maruskaK 2 food, day labor. I wonder where the barn ended up. Probably in Val's hand, I'm guessing. Because you got to think maruskaK would have gone for plow there instead of day labor. But also Sid probably will plow some fields early, so that's a thing as well. So we'll go ahead and play tutor here. You know what, I kind of forgot about Wealthy Man, which might mean maruskaK might not allow me to play Apprenticeship for a long time. So that's a little sad. But if I tutor into Woodcutter here, then that's a pretty good start. Can't complain about that. If I can't play Woodcutter, I'll start player maruskaK and get Reedstone Food Clay. That looks good as well. And in case you haven't realized, the tutor is Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan Kenobi. So maruskaK will play an improvement. Piggy bank, okay? So yeah, certainly playing a wealthy man game. There's no doubt about that. I'll go ahead and play woodcutter. So probably this round is going to be 3 wood into start player matic. That's my guess. That's what this round will look like. Could also 3 wood into food. Could also 4 clay. I think getting the start player is pretty good. We would like to do that if we can. So we had Sid go for the 4 clay there. Interesting. I should say I get an extra wood. Val goes for the 3 food. Makes a ton of sense. maruskaK takes wood, sure. Sid takes food, so I don't really have any good actions here. We got 2 players avoiding playing occupations, which is pretty hilarious. So we're going to go ahead and start player matic. And then we'll read stone, food, clay. Val might play an occupation here, because I'm pretty sure maruskaK has wealthiest European, although there's definitely a possibility that Val, yeah, head of the revolution, okay. That makes more sense. So read stone, food, clay, so that we're now ready to build and grow. And if someone builds ahead of us, which nobody can at the moment, we have the option of taking wood. Here's head of the revolution. Game's going nice and quick, which I definitely appreciate. People have got a pretty strong idea of what they want their early game to look like. maruskaK plays the fireplace finally, which he claimed in round 1 by taking 2 clay with his first move. And this is the drawback of that play, because, you know, he doesn't have the sheep didn't come until this late, which really sucks. So I could take 2 reed here, 2 reed and a clay here. If I do, then Val can't really grow ahead of me. I didn't pass ladder. It's the only thing I'm afraid of. Val could start player, and then maruskaK could take wood. That would be kind of sad. Or maruskaK start player and Val and Sid grabs reed. Those things are definitely possible. I think it's okay to risk it, though. We're going to go ahead and take wood here. We really want the wood so that we can play boarding school, play manger, that kind of thing, in case we have to sit on start player. And we'll plan to build room with our first action in round 5. Why did it come back to me? That's weird. And we need to feed 4. Oh, maruskaK's got start player axe. Okay. That's a shame. And family growth comes in round 5. That is highly unfortunate. Well, actually, you know what? This is pretty good. This is actually fantastic for my boarding school, because if Sid does anything other than start player, my start player boarding school is guaranteed to go off, because I can build. Yeah, even in round 6, I'll start player, boarding school, and then build and trigger boarding school around 7, and then I'll be able to first action build round 8. And the only way anyone can mess with that is if they have some way to build without using the build room action. So that's actually pretty excellent, not gonna lie. This is actually gonna turn out pretty well. Reedstone food in a clay, I think, is the move here. So yeah, I actually don't need to get my noble out crazy early anymore. Also means I could, like, second action build the well here. Well would give me 2 food before the next harvest, and I would just need to pick up 1 more food in total, because I'm gonna send my person away. Also, if I want to play Gardener's Wife before I grow round 7, round 8, I can think about doing that. Sid is playing Occupation Old Hiker. It's looking like Apprenticeship is not going to work anymore, so if I want to play Occupations, I need to make a point to do it. Yeah, so I could build the well here. If I don't build the well, Val can, like, I would pass 6 wood because I have to start player. So Val could smartly leave the wood behind, and with the confidence that they're going to get it back. The other thing is, what if I start player boarding school and then both the 3 food actions get taken? Then my feeding gets way worse. So I think I'm obligated to leave the 6 wood to Val here, which I don't love that I have to do this, but I think I'm going to do it anyways. So I can play the joinery here, but I think what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and play the well. So we'll see if Val sees... Oh, you know what? I forgot. Sid has another action here still. So Sid could take the 3 wood. We'll see if he does. Yeah, I would like to play Gardener's Wife before I family growth twice in a row. But I think it's pretty much a requirement that I hit 3 food, fishing, or traveling players before I do that. If I don't, then I think there's just no way. There's no way that I can. Oh, maruskaK also delayed family growth. Oh. Oh, so my play doesn't work anymore. Okay, so how's this sequence going to work? Sid is going to grow in round 7. So I will have to first action grow round 8. And if I trigger my boarding school, if Val start players round 8, first move. So no, Val would have to start player round 7. Which means that Val could first action build round 8, meaning I have to commit to growing. But then I could stable block round 9 maybe. You know what, with tutor I think this is worth to do anyways. Player boarding school here. Val takes 3 food. Maruska might take 3 food as well, because they want to keep dumping food into their piggy bank. No, Maruska's got... Oh, Maruska's got a... Right, forgot about this. Has to do other stuff. Timetable with axe is quite nice, because you can pay for the axe off of the timetable. But obviously didn't have time to get that out in that sequence. I need food. I think I'm obligated to take 3 food here. I could also reedstone food. That's also an option. But I think if I don't 3 food here, there's a chance that I'm really stuck on feeding. Yeah. We're going to pass some great wood actions around, but there's I think nothing to be done. We don't have a choice there. That's going to happen either way. I guess Bruska decided there was a possibility if he does family growth round 5 that someone would build a cooking hearth and then take the sheep ahead of him, probably Val, in round 6. And then Val would get 3 sheep, and then Maruska would be stuck taking 3 food twice. The thing is, he didn't gain that much off of doing it. Oh, this is interesting. Very interesting. Does Val have Benefactor, maybe? Very interesting. Also really good for me, because I am trying to grow twice in a row with my boarding school. It also might mean that there's no pressure on my build a room. And if there's no pressure on my build a room, then I can do stuff like take wood with my first move. Or play my gardener's wife. I think we're taking 6 wood with my first move here. Because nobody, like Val is not in a position. Val needs sheep. So if Val has Benefactor, I might get blown out here. This could be really bad if Val has Benefactor. But if Val does not have Benefactor, I think we're okay. Goes for the 2 sheep. Okay, Val might have first picked Benefactor. Maruska needs food. So I'm pretty sure I can take 4 wood. You know what? Even if Maruska takes 4 wood and then plays axe, still cannot. Like, that's not a combination he can do. He needs food. Unless he took Mendicant. If he took Mendicant, he can eat a sheep, 2 food, and beg 2, and then grow again. So that would be kind of a challenge if he did that. Me playing gardener's wife before I grow only gains me food if I have like a way of eating eating that, which I don't right now. Taking wood again seems kind of greedy. Should I take clay so that I can build a cooking hearth? Should I build some other improvement that feeds me? There's no other improvement that feeds me. I think we're just taking the wood here. And then we can ignore wood for like the rest of the game, basically. So if Val has benefactor, if they play it here, they starve. 1. So they could give up 1 beggar to grow a bit earlier. Note taking clay. Alright. Alright. Let's see what happens here. I'm interested to know. Yeah, Piggy Bank's still a couple food procs away. So maruskaK still needs food. Probably builds the Basket Maker's Workshop and then takes 3 reed, would be my guess. Yeah, Basket Maker's Workshop, yep. Makes a ton of sense. And then Sid should family growth here. So then we're back on track with our boarding school where I get to build a room into family growth twice. And I'll need 5 food in round 9 to feed my, at that moment, 2 adults and a newborn. Which I will pick up 2 food from there. I can play Beanfield, I can play Manger, and then I can play maybe Sunday School on family growth. Yeah, Beanfield, Manger, yeah. So start player Cheese Fondue. Okay. maruskaK going for 3 wood. It's also Fast Madness. Going for the big reed grab. Okay. Interesting. So I should build some stables here. 2 stables, I think. Since I get wood pretty quickly. This lets me hold. Should I do 4 stables? I mean, Burger Flipper gets me cattle. Manger. I have forest pasture. Yeah, no, I don't need any more than D. Grain One says, a game I own but never learned, just don't get it. If you want to check out, there's some great videos on YouTube about how to play Agricola. And then if you're ever interested in playing on Play-agricola, we've got some tutorials for how to do the basics. I also recommend Boîte à Jeux, because Boîte à Jeux solo games, it enforces all the rules for you. So then you can, you just follow whatever it says. So Val, start player Lumber here. Still doesn't have food for Benefactor. Alright, so we're going to use our boarding school 1, 2, 3. Boarding school will play Beanfield here. You're welcome. Yeah, I'm not the kind of the level I play at and the level I kind of commentate and stream at. It's probably going to be like a little too high level, um, because I don't really do a lot of rules explaining. But definitely recommend. It's a great game. I love playing it. I've played thousands of games, more than 1,000, like something like 1,500. There are other players that have played multiple thousands of games on the site. It's a really, really fun one. I really enjoy it. Why did Maruska add a... Oh, his piggy bank. So what's he going to grab for his piggy bank? Pottery, probably? Yeah. So pottery plus basket maker's workshop. This is a very food tight game. So my boarding school is certainly appreciating the fact that I can send my kid away to the boarding school and not have to feed them for a couple rounds is actually quite nice. Grow your family. I wonder if I can Gardner's wife here. Oh, I can't anymore because I'm going to be forced to first action uh, family growth. But that's fine. We'll play Manger here, I guess. We have pretty good access to wood, so don't mind doing that at all. And then second action, we can read stone food, we can traveling players. This is going to be a big wealthy man here for Maruska. It's going to be very nice. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. 7 improvements so far. Pretty good. Feed 5. So setting up my feeding for the next, like the current state of my game now is figuring out how I'm gonna feed in round 11. So that's like the most important thing I could do right now. So I can play like Stone Custodian, Burger Flipper in round 11 with my boarding school, and that'll give me, if so long as I have a cooking hearth, that'll give me access to a couple cattle. I can also do something like start player forest pasture so that I can grab boar, but of course I need a way to eat the boar, so I need more than that. I also want to get up to my clay house or my stone house, because I really want to get my noble going. You know, especially round 13, 14. Like if I miss round 12, it's not the end of the world, but round 13, 14, I really want to be hitting those. So, so there's 6 clay available. So it looks like what I should be doing is 6 clay into Renault cooking hearth, and then take reedstone food and 2 stone. Something like that. Also, looks like Val's going to take these animals pretty aggressively. maruskaK gets a eighth major improvement and picks up six wood. 6 wood's been an option multiple times this game, which is pretty crazy. That's not usually how it works. If I'm planning to take 2 stone custodian will be even worse. Get the clay. I need that cooking hearth. I'll ask. I can ask. Does boarding school specify an order? Play up to 2 occupations for free. So I'll ask if that counts as growing my family. I think it works because growing your family just means increasing the number of family members. Right now I'm at 3. Around 11 I'll go up to 4. And if I can pick the order, which I think I can pick the order because it does sort of specify, but it says and. So usually when it's and, you can pick the order. So then I could play Gardener's Wife for a 1 vegetable action. That becomes a 2 vegetable action, assuming I hit family growth even without room in round 12 or round 13, which I would want to do. So that seems good. And then maybe play Burger Flipper as the other option. Val did finally build a room. Finally. Yeah, Val needs to hit a bunch of plows. Did they take the plow fields on the east side of your farm? That card? Was that card in the game? maruskaK going for Reedstone food. So I'll run a cooking hearth with this next move. I want to make sure I get there ahead of maruskaK. Go for our cooking hearth here. Okay, maruskaK start player rope fences. Might be eyeing the head of the revolution bonus. And then Sid plays family growth clogs. Sure. So I'm now finally able to use some of this stuff. I could just manually play Stone Custodian here. Question. I'm pretty sure Beguine Courtyard. I'm pretty sure they're all wrong, but they're all against me. Alright, let's look up Beguine Courtyard. Once you're home, you must immediately move all the people still in your supply into your home. My child is on the board already. Right, but the game state doesn't know that. Right. Is your color worker on the board? But I don't feed it. Where's the text saying I don't have to feed it? You're not increasing since the peep is on the board. Okay. So now I'm going to argue that it's equivalent to family planner. But they are on the board. And it's my color. And there's no difference to the game state knowledge. I'm pretty sure if I go to the forum, I'm going to be able to argue that you guys are all wrong. Okay, I could occupation. Hasn't been had yet. I can take wood here. Anyways, so it sounds like they're saying no. So then I'll play Burger Flipper and Stone Custodian next round. Is Stone Custodian even worth playing? I guess it probably is. I think I need the food. So we'll just take wood here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're all going to be wrong, but that's okay. All right, and I get a family member as well. So either both traveling players and fishing are a 5 food action for me. So the rest of this round is just about getting stuff. So 1 action for feeding. Then I could be setting up my noble. So the way I would set up my noble is take reedstone food, take 2 stone. Yeah, reedstone food, 2 stone, and then I can reno forest pasture or reno Sunday school. I like the idea of reno Sunday school because then I don't have to spend an action to play noble and shepherd boy. Yeah, that seems alright. Basically, what I'm going to argue is that growing your family is different from family growth. Because this card, I'm not arguing that I'm doing a family growth action, which is what these guys all seem to be hung up on. They're saying, no, no, it's not a family growth action. I know it's not a family growth action. My argument is that, why am I increasing the number of sheep? So we'll take a breeding pair of sheep here. I know I'm not getting a family growth action. My argument is that I am growing my family. There's Sunrise Admirer. Yeah, Val does have it. But it means Val does not get to claim head of the family until the start of round 14. So, or head of the revolution. So it might not work. Because the thing is, if you read boarding school, there's nothing that says that I don't have to pay food. And we've all assumed I could start player forest pasture here. Although I don't love if it's If round 12 is plow sow, then that's not good. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to argue that Gardener's Wife should work with Family Planner, and then because it should work with Family Planner, it should work with Boarding School. And that any cards that work with Family Planner should work with Boarding School. So, Val's playing Haystack, sure. That helps him pay for the Sunrise Admirer, certainly. And then maruskaK going to build only one more room, interestingly. I expected more than one with all that reed, but I guess he needs his reed for rope fences, so... He's also probably planning to do fence 15 covering 8 spaces, or maybe 9 spaces, and then just one more plow for the head of the revolution points. Which, if these guys all go crazy for the head of the revolution points, that's fine, because then it leaves more opportunity for me to hit the plow space. So all those are good. I need to remember that I do actually need to get on fishing because I need the food. Oh, I counted my food wrong, didn't I? Oh, Sid's going to start player, it looks like. That's good. That is very good. We want Sid to start player because we're sitting right after Sid. So that means we benefit from that. So let's flip. So if I want to play Noble and Shepherd Boy here, I should do it with this last action of the round. Play it on Major Minor improvement, I think. Yeah. So the thing is, we've all just assumed that boarding school, like, you don't have to feed. I think what is going to happen is if people are going to argue that you have to grow, what I'm gonna do is say anyone who argues that you've already grown your family, like, yes, you've gotten a family growth action. I agree with that. But if they're going to argue that you control that family member, then I'm going to say, then why don't you have to feed it during the harvest? And that's going to be the tack that I'm going to take. So there's family growth. All right. Would like to get family growth, but I'm pretty sure Sid is just going to take it here. Okay. Yes, he is. All right, that's fine. So we're going to take 3 stone with our first action. I would love to be able to get the boar, but there's just no way that the boar's coming back. So we'll just take 3 stone with our first move. And then we could take 4 wood and then fence. No, we're gonna plow. We're gonna reno. What am I saying? We're gonna reno for sure with one of these moves to trigger our shepherd boy, and then we're going to plow maybe with the other move, or we could take wood. Wood or plow, both of them are good. We only really need 1 3-wood action for the rest of the game. That's enough to hit our 15 fences. So plow's gone to Val. So let's look at family planner. Oh, Kimball. Kimball was here. Oh, Kimball could have weighed in. So I'm pretty sure family planner is in WM. So I can look at the WM compendium and see what it says about family planner and see if that supports my argument. It might not, to be fair. It might not support my argument. So we'll play forest pasture here on Reno, and if 2 boar come back, great. We'll take them. If not, we'll take 3 wood. Family planner. Taking the person counts as a family growth action, may combine with cards that allow family growth without space in your house. So it says, at the start of each round, not earlier, you may take that person as a new family member if you have room. Counts as a newborn. So it just says you may take that person as a new family member. It doesn't say, yeah. Counts as a family growth action. Okay. And it also certainly should count as growing your family. All right. Looks good. Oh, maruskaK definitely going for the head of the revolution bonus. Makes total sense. So we'll take the boar here because amazingly they came back, which is pretty cool. We'll add a guest for our Sunday school occupations. So Shepherd Boy and Noble. So Shepherd Boy puts a sheep on each remaining round space, and Noble gives me access to an unblockable action. Once per round. Is there anything else that I need to do here? No, I don't think so. Plus F Stone Guy. If there's a compendium entry that says Gardener's Wife is a misprint, and it's a that says Gardener's Wife is a misprint, and that it's a family growth, but not a family growth, but not a something else. So first action should be plow. Does not come to me, so we've got to take 2 cattle. I could start player here. Should I start player? I want to plow sow twice, right? Yeah, we'll just do this. And then take that guy as another 2 food. Yeah. Yeah, we'll plow so. So 3 wood and then fence. Three wood, fence, and plow. I could give up on plowing. So what I could do is just give up on plowing and then hit family growth. Problem with that is I'm hitting guarantee the negatives for fields. I guess I don't need to fence this round, eh? Because I can... Well, if I do that, I can't hit 4 points from cattle. Unless I burger flip next round. Which I could do. Maruska's doing start player lumber here. No, Reno lumber. Okay. I would like for Sid to start player. If Sid start players, then I'm guaranteed to get 2 plows next round. So then I could noble family growth. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Start player honeymoon for Sid. So my noble can family growth, which means I can take wood here and then fence. So then my round 14 is take grain, take vegetable, plow, take grain, take vegetable, plow, sow. And I won't get all of those moves because grain, Val likes grain, Maruska likes both. Sid doesn't need either, but hopefully they go for other stuff like pairs of animals first. This is where the gardener's wife actually really matters, which is kind of funny. It actually matters. Maruska plays wealthy man. Yep. Very nice. 10 points. Yeah. Very nice. Because my tutor plus my manger is only going to be worth that on their own. And he gets 10 points just boom, one action. Sid is going to fence here. Okay, so that means I'm not getting fence. So I can take vegetable or I can take grain. I could pay 2 food for a point and play gardener's wife and then family growth. But I think that ship has sailed. I think 2 food is probably more than a point right now. I guess grain is more contested, eh? Yeah, because Maruska and Val both need grain. So what I can do here is I eat the sheep, breed my cattle, and then at the start of round 14, eat the cattle to make room for the sheep coming back. And then I can burger flip for 1 point and some food. which I'll probably need to do anyways, realistically. Eat HV9. Plus F stone guy, breed, and then start of the round, eat a cattle to make room for the sheep. I should see if there. I'm sure there's discussion on boarding school. Baby sling and boarding school. Boarding school and visionary. So I can look at all of these and see what people have said. Plow a field. So this round, my actions are fence, take vegetable, plow sow, and burger flip. I think those are all my moves. I eat a boar. Burger flip gets me a point and 2 food that I need. My plow sow is unblockable. My fence is unblockable right now unless Sid decides to take wood, but Sid also played honeymoon, so doesn't really have that many moves left. Val plays smuggler. Okay. I don't know why you would do that, but I guess if you have 2 wood, you can turn them to 2 grain, and it's food neutral. Really just seems like you're leaving the grain space open for maruskaK, which is kind of weird. Oh, Flat Hill. This is nice for Sid. So it does get to Reno. Unfortunately not able to Reno to stone. Would really like to do that. So fence is still safe, so we can take vegetable now. You know what? I might not even need the food with Stone Custodian. So if I could do better than 2 points, I should. I don't think I'm likely to be able to do better than 2 points, though. I guess blocking maruskaK's grain action is probably good. Because I'm going to eat a boar for 0 points. Plus, I'm basically guaranteed to pick up 1 food from Stone Custodian. So there's my 10. Okay, so if I'm going to get 10 food, And I can basically do whatever I want. There's pelts for Val. Yeah, so I could take a move that hurts maruskaK. And taking the grain is worth... It's worth points for me. Okay. Yeah, it's worth more than 1 point. Because it gets me from 1 point to 3 points. Yeah. First Ock was Diligent Farmer. And he hit 3 in like so many categories. That's hilarious. Stables, pastures, fields. That's funny. Wrong card. Dairy Crier. That's what you meant to play. Ah. 2 food for me. Then I'll fence. So if I had fenced 1 round earlier, I would have 1 extra point. Doesn't matter either way, I don't need the food. They're saying they have it easy? I do have plus 10 points at the end of the game. So if I have a 44-point farm, that's enough to tie Sid. Or... So... Four and 7 food. So I have whatever I score plus 10. So let's see what that is. Should be pretty good. 52. Not quite enough. Pretty sure I win with the correct gardener's wife interpretation. Because, yeah, that's a... It's an action that I get either way. I get an extra point. Yep. That's okay. So Dairy Crier actually gave Sid the win outright, because Sid was saying he was at 52. They're set on not acknowledging that it's family growth is different from growing your family. It's totally different. Anyways, I managed to almost win. maruskaK donates Sid the win with his Dairy Crier there because it's 0 points for me and it's plus points for Sid. If I get to if I get an extra point from one more vegetable from Gardener's Wife, then that's enough for the win there. Plus, if I have an extra vegetable from Gardener's Wife, rather than taking a grain, I can take fishing for an extra point from cattle, and it's still plus points. So, yeah, that's pretty frustrating because, yeah, I'm pretty sure I should have the win there, but that's okay. They're just such bad arguments. Val says, your interpretation would be that if you play a guest token, you could receive the veggie as well. No, that is such an obviously bad argument. Guests are not part of your family. It's okay. Guests are considered family members? Well, that's a bad rule then. But you have some bad rulings. Anyways, I'm going to do some research and I'm going to argue with people on the forums. But, yeah. That's going to be all for me for today. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed this little video. I will stream again, not tomorrow, Wednesday. I might stream late Wednesday. But I'm not going to plan on it. Planning to stream next on Thursday, about same time as today. So look for me then. Alright, enjoy guys. Hope you enjoyed this little video and see you next time. Bye.